It's unprecedented. Israel's Prime Minister invited over the head of the US President by his enemies on Capitol Hill. But they were unrepentant. And so was he, basking in their unqualified adoration. Benjamin Netanyahu began paying respects to one man he won't be meeting during his trip to Washington.
Israel is grateful for the support of America's people and of America's presidents, from Harry Truman to Barack Obama.
Then he began spelling out his opposition to a deal close to Barack Obama's heart, the proposed nuclear agreement with Iran.
This deal won't be a farewell to arms. It would be a farewell to arms control. And the Middle East would soon be crisscrossed by nuclear tripwires. A region where small skirmishes can trigger big wars would turn into a nuclear tinderbox.
He pulled no punches, condemning an agreement that may only be days away from signing.
For over a year, we've been told that no deal is better than a bad deal. Well, this is a bad deal. It's a very bad deal. We're better off without it.
In one standing ovation after another, his audience gave its full-throated approval.
Now we're being told that the only alternative to this bad deal is war. That's just not true. The alternative to this bad deal is a much better deal.
The speech may have played well back home just 2 weeks before Israel's election, but there are plenty of critics there too, questioning their Prime Minister's wisdom. This speech has shored up support for Benjamin Netanyahu here in Congress amongst Republicans and some sympathetic Democrats. But he had their backing anyway. He's been preaching to the choir. Ultimately, it's the president who calls the shots over Iran. And this trip has only worsened relations between Israel and the White House. In an interview before the speech, Barack Obama made it clear he stands by the proposed deal with Iran.
There's no good reason for us not to let the negotiations play themselves out, and then we'll show. Here's the deal that's been negotiated. Does it make sense? And I am confident that if, in fact, a deal is arrived at, that it's going to be a deal that is most likely to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon.
5 other nations are also behind the proposed agreement with Iran. If the Iranians do sign, still a big if, it will take more than a speech to stop the deal from happening now. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News, Washington.